Welcome back to KIMT News 3 at 10. All right, let's get you the latest in your forecast with Storm Alert Weather 3 Chief Meteorologist Sarah Knox. And Sarah, we went to break. You were saying some updates in our forecast with the storm here.
Yeah, we've got some upgrades going on when it comes to some winter weather alerts.
Yep.
We're talking about winter storm warnings now in our area, and that pushed things even further to the north. We'll get to that in just a moment, but first a live look over Mason City. And Cerro Gordo County still under a winter weather advisory. Was not one of the North Iowa counties upgraded to the storm warning, but we can definitely see quite a bit of snow coming down as we speak. It almost looks very light and fluffy. It's difficult to tell, but this is a southern system, and that means it's a little warmer, and we're talking thicker snowflakes, and that's going to build up much quicker to make things quite slushy. On to those winter alerts, though. As I mentioned, Cerro Gordo County still under the winter weather advisory. That has been pushed a tad bit further to the northwest. Then that has allowed for some of these counties here. That includes extreme northeastern Iowa and extreme southeastern Minnesota, now in a winter storm warning. And that goes, both of them, through Friday morning as 4 to 6 inches or even more expected in the area with the storm warning. As we take a look at satellite and radar, we can see a lot of that continuing to make its way further and further to the north. The problem is it's going to be here for quite the stretch. And again, how far north it goes is still on the question. It's going to be a very, very sharp cutoff of where we see some of the heaviest snow versus some of the lightest. But many of us will be walking away with at least a dusting from this, and where we see some of the pinks and greens integrated in there, that's where we could see some of the wettest, heaviest snow. Zooming into it real quick, we can see that that does generally follow the line for those of us who are under the storm warning. I'll zoom this thing out because it's still quite huge. If you joined us for any of the earlier newscasts, you'll remember the cold sector over here continues to bring a lot of snow, and we continue to see a lot of rain. Luckily, not much when it comes to tornado warnings anymore, a little further off to the east, but it is a powerful, powerful system. Moving over to Futurecast, and it generally follows that trend as we get around midnight, some of the heaviest of the snow expected then, and then we start to see it move on out. This is around 5 a.m. on Friday. And by the time we are heading towards the lunch hour on our Friday, we might even start to see some sunshine poke through, but winds will be strong, so blowing snow another issue. Definitely if those flakes are on the lighter side. I did push a lot of this further off to the north, so you can see some of us now under that 1 to 3 threat, 3 to 5 there in the darker blue, kind of borderline with that 5 to 8. Once again, a lot of it's going to be very, very dependent on just the type of precipitation, how much is coming down, and the rates. It's a lot. Now moving on to road conditions, because this is something that will be with us all the way through the morning commute. Please allow yourself some extra time. I think roads are going to be on the red side, the nasty side through most of the morning. But as we do get later into the morning, things will start to improve. Moving on to temperatures, well, they're going to be staying below freezing for a stretch, Ryan. But next week, we are back from, look at that, the 20s to 40 on Tuesday.
All right, roller coaster continues, Sarah. Thank you very much.